Welcome to our Mind the Moments Thursday morning gathering.
They all blend together.
Yeah, well, they're all unique in their own ways, but sometimes the first thing I say blends together. So our Thursday morning gathering brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. And this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them, and also to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these important practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I'm very happy to be here with Tara Healey, founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim's Mindfulness Program. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome on this rainy morning, hopefully soon to clear.
Yes, nice to have everyone here. And I wanted to acknowledge as well that for those of you or others who are celebrating one of the holiest days on the Jewish calendar, Yom Kippur, that you have a blessed holiday today. So we wanted to welcome you if you were able to join this morning. So today, Tara will start us off with a question for the group and then lead us in a guided practice. And after that, we'll have some time for questions or chatting or whatever else might come to mind. So I wanted to invite you to go down to the bottom of your screen, click on the chat, and then once it's open, you can click the drop-down menu and choose everyone, and that will allow you to see everyone's comments coming in as they type them. And there we go. So Tara, What do we want to start with today?
Yeah, so I on our Facebook page, Living Well at Home, I posted, when I woke up this morning early, there was a lot of thunder and lightning and rain, and something felt very cozy about being in bed and kind of listening. And I just thought of Mary Oliver's poem, Why I Wake Early. And so I don't know how many of you might have been on our Facebook page this morning, but I typed out the poem on that page, and I thought I would start this morning by just asking folks, what do you like best about the morning? Why do you wake early? Other than, of course, getting kids off to school and having to start your workday, what is for you most special about the early morning hours? And so, Suzanne, as we always do, I thought I would start with you, and also, irregardless of whether you're a morning person or a night person, I think there's kind of beauty in both of those times of day. But Suzanne, how about for you? Why do you wake early, or what's special for you about morning?
I would say I love to have my coffee in the morning in the quiet, and if I wake especially early, sometimes very rarely can I get up before my husband, but so I love the quiet as well as the birds in the morning. And I also love to see my dog do his yoga when he first gets out of bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you, Tara? What's your
I love morning, I think in part because I feel most like I feel most creative in the morning. Like it's like a time of day where I feel like my thinking process is very clear. And anytime I do work really early, I feel like things flow much, much better for me than if it was later. And it just feels like at this time before anything else has really begun, almost hard to describe other than to say it just feels really, it's like kind of delicious, I think is the word that's coming to me. But I love to see what people are saying.
Yeah, a lot of comments.
Yeah, quiet time.
Watching the sunrise. Oh, yes. The quiet, listening to the songbirds, quiet cup of coffee. My family isn't usually up yet, so it's quiet time by myself.
Yeah.
Birds in the lilac bush outside my window, my first coffee.
Yeah.
The freshness of the day. Yeah. New beginning. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something really special about, I think, listening to the sounds of nature, whether it's birds or, like the trees rustling. in wind. Yeah, so it is a special time of day. One of the parts of the poem that Mary Oliver writes is she talks a lot about the sun in the first kind of verse, and then she begins the second verse by calling the sun the best preacher there ever was, and I just really love that line. And so with that, let's go ahead and settle our bodies into practice. And I also just want to remind people that you can stand or sit with whatever feels most comfortable. And that ideally, I'll take us through a body scan, and then we'll land on something to anchor our attention. And it can be breath or sound or another body sensation. Could be your buttocks against the seat if you're sitting, or the soles of the feet if you're standing, where you could really feel those points of contact with the feet and the floor. You could take your hands and put them on your thighs, or you could do, another body sensation. So just to know you have options. All right, so let's take a posture that feels like it's going to be easy and comfortable, at the same time, one that is engaged, upright, and alert. Eyes open or closed, whatever feels best for you this morning. And just begin by taking 2 or 3 deep breaths on your own, and make that exhalation longer than the inhalation. Just settle in, aware of how the body is in this moment, releasing what has happened so far today, releasing anticipation of what's to come. So bringing the mind and the body together in this moment. And let's begin by being aware of sound and just the capacity for hearing. So in the room that you're in or outside of the room, just noticing how effortless this is. We don't have to go out and try to find something, but just adopting that sort of receptive stance in the mind. So just receiving sound, hearing. And beginning to bring the awareness now inward to the body, allowing, of course, sound to remain as it will, not a problem. But beginning to narrow the focus of awareness from open, spacious awareness to sound, to beginning to bring it back inward. Just notice the whole body. Notice the points of contact with the surface. And aware of these sensations, what that feels like. What sensations are present from the activity of your day so far. And again, there's sort of an effortless awareness, just receiving physical sensations in the body, whether it be the heartbeat or the points of contact. And beginning now to bring the awareness inward more to finding something that feels easy for you to connect with. So that could be breath sensation somewhere in the body. Could be the nose or the chest or the abdomen. It could be sound. So you could go back up and open up to sound, and each time the mind wanders, just simply return to receiving sound in your environment. Keeping it very simple. If you notice that the mind has gone into thought of the past or the future, not a problem. Soft mental note thinking, soften the body, and then return to the anchor that's most helpful for you today. And again, noticing where your mind is. Soft mental note thinking, bringing awareness to the whole body and softening, and then returning to your anchor. And again, noticing where the mind is. Not a problem. Releasing thought, softening the body, and gently returning to your anchor. As we bring this meditation to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected, and our bodies healthy and strong. And may we wish that for all of those known and unknown to us. And may the merit of our practice be for the benefit of all beings everywhere. And as you feel ready, if your eyes were closed, you can open and maybe take a minute to move your body, stretch or stand.
Thank you, Tara.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, so that was about that was a little longer than normal. I think it was closer to 14, 15 minutes, something like that. So would love to hear from people how it felt today. And just remember that there's no wrong or bad meditation, that we're not trying to bring about relaxation. We're actually trying to see if we can be with whatever has arisen. And the capacity to be with that, we see that it's got an ever-changing nature. And so I think because culturally the practice is associated with images of people looking serene and peaceful, and that, in this particular insight meditation or mindfulness meditation, we're really learning to be with all the various mind states and body physical sensations that arise, and dropping resistance and learning to relate to these things over time with more ease. So it's always worth reminding people, I think. So anybody want to share how their experience was today? And Suzanne, for you too, if you have anything you want to say.
When you just added those comments about being with whatever is,
Yeah.
reminds me of a friend that I was sitting meditation with who had a terminal illness.
Yeah.
And dealt with a lot of pain. And she mentioned, and she wasn't a meditator before we began working together and sitting with one another. And
Yeah.
she found that was during meditation, that was the one time that she had the least amount of pain.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because of that, I think, because she just was like, she realized that she just was dropping the resistance to the pain.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's a great formula, and I can't remember who said it. It might have been Shinzen Young, but it is pain times resistance equals suffering. So what we learn in this practice is to learn to see the resistance, relax the resistance, and be with what is actually happening, unless it's overwhelming, right? So for trauma, or, that if it's overwhelming, we get up, we move, we change posture. So there are techniques and tools that you can do when something feels overwhelming. You don't, the idea is, you just power through it. You don't, you take a wise action and get up and move. And movement really helps anxiety. So that's why I think sometimes with trauma and high anxiety, doing walking meditation or doing other movement practices, but bringing awareness to those is a really good doorway into working with some of that difficulty of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
I feel like when we were talking about being grateful about the morning time, as well, I was thinking about how we're entering fall and how when we set the clocks back, then we're going to get a little bit more morning light and maybe less time in the evening time.
Yeah.
So that came to mind as well, is that, when we have the darkness in the evening, I think we come back, and when we come and wake up to the next day, it's like we're grateful for that light.
Yeah, totally. I know it's such an interesting time of year because it feels like one of the bigger transitions, that we're sort of moving from the warmth into the colder weather. And actually, I wonder about anybody else on the call, but yesterday I was out for a walk and I saw a tree that had changed color, like so many of the leaves, not the whole thing, but there were like a lot of red leaves on this normally green tree. So yeah, it's, I think we're going to have less light during our daylight hours, as you point out. Yeah.
And as well, I feel like there was one other thing I was going to mention about morning, and I don't know, I feel the possibility in a new morning. If you have a bad day the day before and something, you just feel like you said the wrong thing or something just went wrong. I feel like there's something about, someone mentioned about the opportunity and possibilities.
Right.
And I feel like there's a freshness to the
Definitely.
new day.
I agree.
Beginning again, like we do in our practice. Like about, okay, you
just begin again.
That's okay. You just begin again. So
I know.
I think that does give us a sense of freshness and possibility.
I agree. Any parting words from our guest this morning in terms of your day and what you're planning, or what your thoughts were about practice? What was easy or challenging or enlightening? Anything?
Someone's mentioned I live in Miami, Florida, so sunrises are gorgeous here.
Oh, I'll bet.
And sunsets as well. So
yeah. Well, welcome from Miami. Yeah. Anybody else out of state, out of curiosity? Where are you from?
I think there's someone from Ohio on here, if I'm remembering.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we got Maine, Florida, Ohio.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have everyone here.
It is.
Massachusetts.
Yay.
Oh, another
Florida.
Yeah. Connecticut. Yeah. Well, it's nice to have everyone here, and I hope you are able to take the practice that we shared and Tara shared with us into the rest of your day as you open up to more of those possibilities of the day. And we look forward to seeing you next week. And by the way, I will be on vacation next week. John Roberts will be back. our old friend, John Roberts.
Yes.
I'm sure folks would be really happy to see him back. He'll be taking over for Tuesday and Thursday. So that will be.
Yeah. So for those of you that have been around for a while with us, yeah, it'll be nice to have John. John will be back as guest host. So, and Jackie Johnson is Tuesday and I'll be on Thursday, and we'll have a theme for the week. So it'll be great to be back with John for a little stint.
Yeah, and to have Jackie here. Jackie is
yes,
lovely, lovely meditation teacher. So happy to have everybody here next week holding down the fort. And I will thank you for the vacation wishes. And
Suzanne, thank you. Yeah, enjoy your vacation.
Thank you, Tara, for being here as always.
Okay.
See everyone soon. Have a good day.